Today we'll be working on number 3 from the 2016 BC Calc exam. So part A asks if G as a relative minimum, relative maximum, or neither at x equals 10. It's right here. Now this is a graph of f, and we know that g of x equals the integral from 2 to x of f of t dt, which means g prime of x equals f of x. Now a max or a min would occur anywhere that the first derivative of g goes from positive to negative. So at x equals 10, the line approaches 0, hits 0, and then goes down. It does not change sign, so there's neither. Part B asks if there's a point of inflection at x equals 4. Now at x equals 4, there's a relative maximum for f of x. And a point of inflection occurs anywhere that the second derivative, so g double prime of x, would go from positive to negative or negative to positive. And g double prime of x equals f prime of x. In other words, a point of inflection would occur wherever g of x goes from increasing to decreasing. Now, since there's a point or a corner at x equals 4, and it's a relative maximum, there is a point of inflection at x equals 4. In other words, yes, there's a point of inflection because f of x goes from increasing to decreasing, which means f prime of x goes from positive to negative. And C asks for the absolute min and absolute max for g when x is negative 4 to 12. So g is going to have a relative min or max when it changes sign, and it changes sign at x equals negative 2 and x equals 6. And then we also have to check the endpoints, which are negative 4 and 12. And then from there we just take the integral for each of these, because g of x equals integral from 2 to x of f of t dt. So we just have to plug in each of these values. So then with all of these we have integral, so we have g of negative 2 is negative 8, g of 6 is 8, g of negative 4 is negative 4, and g of 12 is negative 4. So the min and the max of g of x are negative 8 and 8. Now for part D, we just have to find where on this interval g is less than or equal to 0. And here you can just look at that by finding the area under each, or under the graph. So we have negative 4, 4, 4, 8, negative 8, and 4. So here it's 0, here it's 12, and here it's 0 again. So for part D, g is less than or equal to 0. From the integral negative 4 to 2, union 10 to 12.